Welcome everybody to another episode of BattleTech. We continue our career campaign. We've finished off the last mission in the video, so we've got to do our looting for that one. We did kill a lot of mechs, so let's see what we can pick out for that. We do have one hunchback part, and we do have one javelin part, which is the javelin, which is the missile boat javelin. We also have a full laser javelin as well. So we could take the full laser javelin, sell it. We could also just take a number of different parts here. I think what we'll do is we'll take the parts of the mechs that we are going to want in the future. So we are going to want we're probably going to want a hunchback. Definitely going to want one of those javelins to play with that are missile heavy. Looks like we got good rolls on that. We got the full other laser javelin as well. I think we've already got one of those in storage built that we've just got stored. So this might be a good time to actually flog that, sell that for some credits, and then see what mech parts we have in the shop. We might be able to get a part that is something a little bit heavier. We'll see what's in there. But yeah, interestingly that we got really good rolls on that. That doesn't normally happen to me. So that's really good. So we've got the laser javelin. That gives us a second one of those. It's definitely the laser one, so it's definitely not great. So I think what we're just gonna do is we're gonna flog that. That's 100,000 credits. And I think now might be the time to put the urban mech in storage because it is in the way. We're not really going to do anything with that because again the armour, it's a sniper at the end of the day. We're not going to really be able to do anything with it, so I think I'd rather use that ballistic weapon on something else. So we'll shove that in storage for now. It will give us a slot so that when we get a new mech we can have some fun with it. Now the question is, what mechs have we got on the store? I mean, the assassin is a decent mech. I feel like that's probably very much along the same lines as the Vulcan that we already have, so we've already got something like that. The Cicadia is just a big Locust, or a big Jenner. The Cyclops might be quite fun. It's a heavy mech, it's not got a huge amount of movement, it is very expensive though. Very expensive for just one part. Some of these mechs get really expensive. We do have some more javelin parts. And that does look to be the missile boat javelin. Although we should come across plenty of those. The quick draw's okay. You come across a quick draw fairly early on in the campaign when you play through that. It's the sort of the first big mech you come across. Although that quick draw is not in the greatest of slots in states. Ooh, hello. Arm mods. This is the stuff we were looking for the Vulcan. Gives them better melee. this is where I think we want to spend some of the money from. Well, spend the money plus a bit extra, because we've got the leg mod as well, which will give us increased death from above. Oh, there are multiplier mods on the store. Let's spend a little bit of money, and let's the next time we need to repair refit the Vulcan, let's add those to it. Because we have built it into a fast scout melee mech. Try saying that 10 times fast. So as we built it that way, we might as well lean into it. Makes sense. So, I mean, there isn't anything else on here that's exciting. There's no fancy weapons at all. I think the most exciting thing in the weapons was the LRM-20, but I don't have anything that can fit that at the moment. So we've got a little bit more admin to do, as I call it. We've got to get our mech warriors leveled up. So we'll keep giving Raygun gunnery while also trying to increase his health. We do have Rover. We want to keep putting her into sort of the unsteady threshold and the base melee hit chance, because Rover is going to be effectively glued to the Vulcan, certainly for the time being, until we get something else that can be used as a bit of a melee hitter, bit of a brawler. This is where, as I was saying in the last episode, it'd be nice to have a Centurion as well. The Centurion's not as fast as the Vulcan, but I've used them in previous runs, and they've been a bit of a brawler as well. I've never set one fully out to be a melee sort of mech, but they can certainly do the job.
Mech warrior training complete. Orders.
So Brass, we're just going to continue giving him some health, because again, we don't want our... If our mech warriors get knocked down, we don't want them... We don't want to have the risk of them dying, basically, because we really don't... We've spent a lot of progress on these. Webcat, we really probably want to take him into some missions. I need to start upgrading the Argo, because I could... What would be quite nice is getting the training environment, because at least that'll give us some. It'll give mech warriors that don't have a level of skill points to have that sort of experience type thing. So I think at the moment, let's look for a mission we can do. We're jumping up in the difficulties to the 1.5s to the 2s. So I think if we do one of these 1.5s, the money's pretty decent, so we'll get a little bit more salvage. And again, our lineup's going to be, outside of injuries, our lineup for mechs is going to be pretty much the same until we get something else that we can swap out. And again, our lineup for mech warriors is pretty much going to be the same until... Really, at the moment, until we get someone injured. Which, you know, never say never, may happen in this one.
Acknowledge, Commander.
So, at the moment, this should just be a straight up fight.
Picked up a blip.
We don't need to defend anything. This should just be find mechs, kill mechs.
Good to go.
So we'll get our speedy boys up. Looks like we've got a ridge line along the left. So that should give the Spider quite good little bit of scouting opportunities if we can get them. If we can get them situated. It does look like we've got something up there, but I'm not sure what that is at the moment. I think that is a light mech, so that could be their scout doing the same thing that I want to do. I mean, worst case scenario, we can take the spider up there, we can always jump him up and down.
Up high.
So because the spider's got some jump jets, we're going to get eyes on the two down south, well, the one down south, or in the valley I should say. We didn't quite get eyes on all of them, because it's a locust, it's going to go next anyway, there's not much point. There's not much point using sensor lock. Okay, so we've got another one coming down, that's going to be another light mech. It's another locust, so we're not too worried about him. So the great thing about sensor lock, for anyone that is sort of newish to BattleTech, sensor lock will effectively tag the target. So even if all of your other mechs don't have line of sight, or even if the mech moves out of line of sight, you will still be able to see them. And it also removes 2 evasion pips. So ideally what you want to do is use your sensor lock after the enemy has moved to reduce or to increase the impact you're going to have with it. You can do it on a heavy mech. So if you've got if you're against a mech that goes in initiative 2, you can send and all of your mechs go in initiative 3. You can sensor lock that heavy mech. You know, when your scout goes, knowing full well that all of your team are going to get shots off on him before he moves and refreshes those evasion pips. But when we're fighting scout mechs like this, it's not much point. If my scout goes first, it's not much point doing sensor lock on them, because they're just going to get the evasion pips back anyway. And effectively at that point, if I've sensor locked, then I've effectively wasted the sensor lock. Well, it's not a waste, but I don't have the indirect fire. I don't have the indirect fire mechs to be able to fully utilize it. You know, should they move. So at the moment, I want to kind of try and keep it so that I use it and get good use out of it. I mean, that's a good hit on that that's a locust. Jennas and locusts are very similar. So that's a good hit on that. That takes a bit of damage off the pilot, and it takes some weapons out. So we do have a stalker tank at the top. We are going to want to deal with him. But the question is, who are we going to deal with him with? Our spider is currently in the mix at the moment. We're going to get him to attempt to melee this tank. Wonderful. Stompy stompy. Good kill. Okay, so we've got another mech by the ice lake. We've got the damaged locust has got an arm off. He's going after the Vindicator. Okay. Good luck with that. They do have a lot of light tanks, so I need to take some of these out before they start just running circles around my Blackjack and Vindicator. So the Vulcan's got enough speed that we can actually get melee the tank on the ridge. Now with all of, you know, the Vulcan was never gonna miss that. I should probably have turned the support weapons off. Bit of a waste of ammo
Move
there.
that down.
Okay, so we got both tanks are down. We've got 2 locusts, and we've got that unknown thing in the background. We don't know what that is yet. The snag I've got,
Ready to rock.
and hopefully that mech doesn't move yet,
You got it.
is my spider has got his back to him. So the next time I get hold of the spider, I need to make sure he's moved. Right, we got the locust. This locust should be dead from this. There we go. Caught him.
Eliminated.
I'm not worried about the salvage for the locusts. We will pick them up just from randomly picking, you know, from the random salvage you get after you've selected yours. So you will accumulate, you know, small things that you fight often. I'm not going to build one. Yes, they have more firepower technically than the spider. But my light scout really shouldn't be doing too much fighting. This could be problematic because he is moving before my spider's going. Thankfully, he had enough evasion pips. Can I see him though?
Confirm.
What is it?
I'm rolling.
Okay, he's a fire starter. A twisted. He's probably not a twisted fire starter. So he has just moved. So what we can do is we can sensor lock him. So he's not going to move again for the rest of the turn. Now my long range boys, so the Vindicator and the Blackjack, should be able to take a good few pot shots at him. The Locust seems to want to scratch my paint.
Yes, Commander.
I mean, we can jump the rover off the rock. This is where I'm pretty sure I made a mistake. I should have taken the rover. I should have taken rover in the Vulcan
Giving them everything
into the valley and left spider up the top. Oh, hello. We've got more coming in. Ooh, that's a trebuchet. That's a trebuchet with a PPC. So back when I was doing when I first played through the campaign, I had a trebuchet, but it was a different variant trebuchet, and it was a missile boat. It was the first sort of like fully LRM mech that I had. So that's a bit of a shame that that's the laser variant.
No love on that strike.
And a Cicadia. Cicadia also has a PPC, so these are some long range boys, so I probably want to deal with these and get in close. I think we're going to have to ignore that Locust for the time being. I am opening my back up to him, but I need to take use out of the... I need to make some use out of the sensor lock I got on the fire starter. So it looks like the AI's got their fire starter set up in a very much a similar configuration I've got the Vulcan set up in. It is a melee focused, try and put heat on the target.
Acknowledge.
So we'll get the spider away from the 2 medium tanks with PPCs, because that can spoil my day. And we'll sensor lock the fire starter. Again, we'll try and just get him down I do need to deal with this locust though. I think the best way to deal with the locust is probably just to shoot him. Because the blackjack isn't great with melee. It is a larger mech, but should have more consistent damage if I hit most of my shots. We have injured him. That's not ideal. I think we might be refitting the Vulcan earlier than I anticipated. I mean, we knew the Vulcan was going to take some damage, because that's the way I've built them. I want them up close and personal. I want the Vulcan up in their face. We do have some LRMs we can fire at this chat. Can we knock the Hunchback? Can we not the Hunchback? Can we knock the Trebuchet over? No. I mean, the Cicadia didn't move. So we've got the fire starter. Doesn't look like I've got a position I can melee that fire starter. I can def from above him. That's going to injure my legs and cause me to have some stability damage. Do I risk it? Do I risk it? That might be a bit too risky with the javelin. Not the javelin. I keep saying it's a javelin. It's a trebuchet. That might be a bit too risky with the trebuchet and the Cicadia, both having PPC weapons that will do stability damage. So I think we want to just keep. That's not a positive sign. We've used up all the ammo for the flamer. We want to keep those evasion pips high, and hopefully, though the Firestar did just shoot the Vulcan, which is not as pleasant as I would have liked. I do need to deal with the Locust though, because at the moment it's taking up valuable time from one of my heavier damage dealers. Although the Spider was never gonna deal with him that fully. This is what I mean about, you know, you need to make sure you're thinning the herd of the light mechs, because that Locust is, yes, it's not doing me a lot of damage, but it's just, it's in the way, it's annoying. It means that I've got to take firepower off the bigger threats and deal with it. Because at the moment, my Blackjack doesn't have a huge amount of shots other than the Locust. So if we can def from above this, or if we can just jump and then fire at it, it's got a lot of structure damage. There we go. And we also get my Vulcan out of dodge. I thought I was going to def from above that, but I just use the normal jump jets instead. It's probably, again, the safer option, because I'm leaving myself at ooh, is there a third one up there? What's that? What's that third one? Have I lost track of? There's a Trebuchet, there's a Cicadia. What's the third one? Ah, the Firestar. The Firestar is the third one.
What are your orders, Skipper? Affirmative, Commander.
So the problem I've got now, because I had to play with that Locust far longer than I would have liked, my Blackjack is not in a position to provide any fire whatsoever.
Skipper.
Now the Trebuchet has just gone, so we could sensor lock the Trebuchet. Let's put the Spider on top of the ridge just to keep him safe, because he should be able to sensor lock everything we need to from up there. So let's sensor lock the Trebuchet, because he's last in initiative order. Right, we want to try and get as much damage on that Trebuchet as possible. While we've got the sensor active and he's got limited evasion pips. So we'll get the cooled shot in. We're still going to go for the leg. Again, this is where I mentioned in previous episodes that I probably should be going for the kill on that, because I've got the 3 mechs up. But instead I'm going for the salvage. I'm getting greedy.
Confirmed.
And the problem is I'm getting greedy on a Trebuchet that isn't the Trebuchet that I actually want. So we're going to call shot a leg again. Because again, I am getting greedy.
I'm on him.
I mean, we have taken his left torso out, which has injured him. If I can knock him over, that's a second. That'd be a second injury. Can't get into melee range with Rover in the Vulcan, so if we do a quick jump, we'll get an absolute ton of evasion pips, which should keep me safe. Wow, that Trebuchet didn't move at all. Wow, it moved a couple of steps, so he's doing me a favour.
Ready to rock.
He is doing me a big favour by not moving and not giving himself the evasion pips. I mean, we've got them all scouted. I just don't want to keep... I don't want Spider to be in a bad spot. So we'll keep the Trebuchet sensor locked. He's the priority at the moment.
Took a hard hit there.
Rover in the Vulcan can deal with the fire starter.
Yup.
They are going to get a lot of heat damage, but they can deal with it. But Ice Fisher in the Blackjack and Raygun in the Vindicator need to take out the Trebuchet. Now, we can split our fire on this because the medium lasers won't do much. No, they didn't do much to the Firestar, but they do hardly anything to the Trebuchet at that range, so... Oh, the Trebuchet got to move. Ooh. Okay, that wasn't as bad as I thought. That's not ideal. Let's jump and try and put our full face to him. That is going to get us on the side. It's going to get us on his side. We could split our fire. We could split our fire. Although, what's the biggest target? That's PPC and machine guns. That's only really got one range. Well, it's got two range. Very close. Or very long. So, I mean, that was a good shot on the fire starter. Because I think the Cicadia, outside of the Blackjack... Yeah, outside of the Blackjack, is only really going to hurt the Blackjack.
Reporting.
We'll get you into melee. I'm on a bit of a ridge, so... Can't melee the fire starter. Although we've exposed some structure.
Enemy down.
Ooh, we got an ammo explosion on the Cicadia. That is some good luck. And we're now getting roasted by the fire starter. That is
Losing lots of armor.
less than ideal. We might need to bring the spider into the fight. I know he hasn't got a lot of damage, but he could deal with the fire starter.
Holding for tactical.
We're gonna reserve him. Ouch.
They've blown past my armor.
Definitely gonna have to refit the Vulcan now.
Confirm.
So the question is, which one do we go for?
And forward.
The biggest threat is the trebuchet.
I've got a sensor lock.
So we'll jump down, we'll get evasion pips,
Skipper.
we'll get the sensor lock, and hopefully, so we can hit you with the AC2s again. We can get a couple of okay hits on the fire starter with the lasers. But no, I want the salvage, so let's try and take his legs out again. Which we did not.
Awaiting orders.
Alright, come on, Rover. Take out the fire starter. You took the Cicadia out with one hit. Take out... Oh, we've destroyed his leg. He is over at least. Oh, we've hit his head. He might be out on...
Critical hit.
He might be out on injuries. Yeah. We got lucky with a head injury. He is out on injury. We don't have enough for a called shot, so this is just going to be a standard. See what we do.
Ready to rock.
So we do have the spider.
I got you.
We could shoot him. He's in a good spot for a shot, actually. Shot to the rear. He's going to move, so there's no point sensor locking him. Ooh. Ammo explosion, so pilot injured. I don't think we're going to get much salvage on this, because that... Yeah, both of his arms are off and his core is very exposed.
Receiving you.
So I think we just get... We get Rover in,
On my way.
give him a little hug, and he should go down.
Tango
It's a
down.
good mission, and good mission for Rover and the Vulcan as well. They got a lot of kills. They got the Cicadia. They got one of the Locusts at least, and they got the fire starter and the trebuchet. So Vulcan was, look at all them kills for, oh, and a tank as well. I forgot about the tank. That's a good number of kills there for Rover in the Vulcan. I mean, we've got a full fire starter if we wanted to, and we could probably flog it, because I think we've already got a fire starter. There's some LRM-10s though, so we should grab them, because LRM-10s are always good. And a spare PPC, again, should anything happen to my Vindicator and I lose the arm the PPC is on, we will need one. Right, so let's refit the Vulcan. We bought earlier 2 arm mods and a leg mod from the store. So let's bulk this out with... Let's get the Vulcan a little bit more punch. Pun intended. Very much intended. I've only got the 1 leg mod. We are probably going to have to go a little bit light on the armour though to fit this all. Oh no, we're not. They don't actually take tonnage because they're just mods for the arms. That's nice. Although we are going to take out one of the medium lasers. Sorry, not one of the medium lasers. One of the machine guns and put in another flamer because we now have multiple. So 2 flamers, 2 machine guns, and punchy. I think that's not bad. We are over tonnage though because the flamer is slightly more. Slightly heavier than the small laser that we've got, but we've still got a decent amount of tank. It's not great tank, but it's good enough. My OCD is getting the better of me. I may have to move the machine gun ammo in the torso. So the CQC3 gives additional range for support weapons. The leg gives, I think, more damage for death from above. I don't think there's any other leg mods in there, which is unfortunate. Would be nice to get another leg mod on there, but we can put it on when we find it, if we find it. We do have 2 mechs down, so I think we're going to have to do some repairing for the next mission. But I think we've done a bit of legwork. We're going to look at seeing what we can get from the star map, see what we've got. So we do have this flashpoint available. This might be a risky one though, but it is in our... It's a 2.5 star range. We'll see how see if we're brave. See if we're feeling brave. But yeah, it's just a case of looking for other missions, seeing what we've got out there. So I think we'll call this episode a wrap there. I'll stop talking. So thank you all for watching. Remember, if you like the series, like and subscribe. Comment down below if you've got any suggestions for mechs you'd like to see. We'll get to them when we get there. But thank you all for watching, and I will chat to you later.